Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is my haul for June. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you're wondering, Micah, it's still May. Why are we getting a June haul? That's because I had to shift some videos around. So a video I had planned to do in May, I cannot yet do, so I'm gonna switch those things around. And since my makeup budget kind of runs from the 20th to the 20th usually, I already have all the bits in that I could show you in my June haul. So my June haul is here a few days early. So I hope you don't mind. And I have lots of good things here. I went to London, got some PR, and I just thought I could show you yet again what it is that I'm going to be testing out for you very, very soon, or just some things that I bought to stock up. So the first product I need to show you is something I got for free with an order that I will be showing you a little bit later. I am affiliated with YESSTYLE. I still shop on there with my own money as well, but very often I'm able to pick out some products when I do place an order that I get in PR, and very often it's skincare, and very often I really enjoy it. This is by mary&may. This is their Rice Niacin triple vitamin serum. So this has some ascorbic acid in here, which I believe is like a vitamin C, and then it also has niacinamide. And vitamin C and niacinamide are two of my favorite skincare ingredients. They should help with like dullness and dark spots and stuff like that. And I have been dealing with some discoloration and dark spots in my skin that nothing has really been able to shift it just yet. So I'm not sure whether it is something that a product can fix for me, because I looked up the kind of discoloration I'm dealing with, and there are different factors that cause that kind of discoloration, and a lot of it has to do with hormones. So there's probably nothing much that I can do about it, but I was like, all the little bits can help. And this has it's described as a gentle and powerful illuminator, and it does say that if it's just exposed to direct sunlight, it could get discolored, which is the case with a lot of products that have vitamin-based sort of ingredients. One of the main ingredients is niacinamide. It's the second ingredient on the list, so I love seeing that. And they also talk about it on the box that it has panthenol, which is the fourth ingredient on the list. And I think, yeah, there's also some rice extract in here, and then also the vitamins are pretty high up the list. So I thought that that could be quite a good product to try out. It comes with 80 milliliters of product, so it's a big, big bottle. So if I like this, I think it can be very successful. And so far, I've been testing out some K-beauty skincare, and I've loved a lot of the things. And this sounded like something that I might really enjoy. So that's why I did request this one to be put in with my order. But of course, I did receive some other things in PR. And if you saw my new makeup releases at the start of May, then you saw that I said, not really sure I'm interested in these palettes per se if I had to purchase them with my own money. But if Monolith were to offer them to me, I might. And that's exactly what happened. Monolith contacted me again, asking me if I wanted to receive some products. I'm also affiliated with them. In case you don't know what Monolith it is a European-based website. They're located in Germany, who specialized in selling mostly US or sort of like outside the EU-based indie brands. And you don't have to pay for all of the shipping and handling fees, essentially. And because I'm affiliated with them, they have been sending me some PR for the past few months. So what two palettes did I pick out? I picked out the Bella Beauty Bar Smoky Glam and the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural. And the reason why I picked these out is because they were sort of the only more recent makeup releases that are eyeshadow palette based that I was even interested in. So of the entire list that Monolith sent me of the products that I could pick out, I was like, just give me these two because they are nice. The reason why I was apprehensive about these and paying for them with my own money is because I already tried these palettes. I still have the old Smoky Glam. I did pull apart my old Nearly Natural, But I have been really enjoying the Glaminatrix formula in this format, and have been trying out the newer formula from Bella Beauté Bar as well. And I have been enjoying the newer formulas better than I did the old ones. So I was curious to find out, how good are these? Now this comes with a plastic cover, so it looks super shiny. I do think it comes off, but because it seems to be like light pink and the packaging feels a little rubberized, I'm afraid I'm going to get eyeshadow all over it. So until I've used it, I'm going to keep this plastic layer on it because it's not going to be a good look otherwise. But here is what the Nearly Natural looks like. I've been asked whether I can compare this to the Barely Basics, which I do have from the brand as well. I have already seen some comparisons, and the consensus seems to be that in the mattes you get some overlap, but not in the shimmers. This does not have the iridescent and multi-chrome shimmers that the Barely Basics has. So if you like the color story of both, you definitely don't need both. This probably has easier to use shimmers if you're a beginner compared to the Barely Basics. But if you want something that's like a neutral palette, but a little bit more special, then I think Barely Basics is better than this one. This is also quite warm toned. I remember it being. That's the reason why I decluttered mine. I kept the shades that I liked because they were magnetic, so I pulled out some of my favorite shades, put them in with my singles collection, but I no longer have this palette by itself. I kind of regret not keeping that around, but it wasn't perfect, and I was like, this way I can try it. And I really like Glaminatrix a bit more now that they're doing these smaller pans. I have been really enjoying that. And a similar vein for the Bella Beauté Bar, I decluttered it. I decluttered the original Smoky Glam, but then it was still sitting in a box in my house, because this is what I do whenever I declutter, is that I keep the products around for a couple of weeks just to know that I'm like solid in my decisions. And then before I actually got rid of all of the makeup, it was announced that this would come out. So I actually pulled it at the last minute so I could keep it around to be able to compare it with this. But this is what the Smoky Glam looks like now. This now comes with magnetic pans. They are round rather than square. And the old palette used to be more affordable and had more shades in. But I have already swatched this, and I can tell you that this formula is better. This formula is better than the old one. However, I do feel that they took out a lot of the shades that I liked in the original palette. So you do get fewer shades, and it is those taupey green things that I liked about the original that aren't in here, because the shades that are in here are mainly pinks. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that once it goes onto the eyes, but this still has some really beautiful things. And I do feel that because the shades I like are missing, that the look you're going to be able to achieve with this is going to be very different from the original one. Right, so those were the things that were sent to me. Everything else that I'm going to show you, I bought with my own money. And most of it I bought with my little budget that I create for myself every month. In case you don't know, I make a little bit of money with the advertisements that are shown on this channel, and I use that money to shop for things. However, I had a bit of a nice day out for myself planned at the start of May. It was actually the last day of April that I went to London. Went there for a day, took the train down, and my main aim was to go book shopping. But I had like a little itinerary for myself, and one of the places I wanted to check out was The Works, and I found that there was going to be a The Works, which is a bookstore that sells discounted books, in the Westfield Mall in Shepherd's Bush, and I know that they have Sephora there as well. So like, you know what? If I'm going to like travel a little bit out of the city center to find this bookstore, I might as well like go for a, 3, 4, 5 in one, and go to that shopping mall and get most of my like beauty shopping done in one location. So I went to Sephora, I went to Space NK, and I went to Boots. So I have some drugstore makeup, I have some high-end things, and I have a bit of skincare that I picked up and some body care bits. So let me show you what I picked up in London next. So first, the Sephora bits. And one of the things I had forgotten about is the fact that they now sell Glossier at Sephora in the UK, which is great. And so I found the Black Cherry range. So I did get myself the Cloud Paint and the Balm.com in the limited edition Black Cherry scents. They look really pretty. And one of the things that I don't like about the Glossier Cloud Paints is that they're all very warm toned in terms of shades. And so for me, they were never quite right. So I only have one that I truly enjoyed. The other one I passed on. But I think Black Cherry actually has a better undertone for my skin tone. It is very intense though. With the Cloud Paints, you only need a little bit. And then I got some Fenty Beauty lip products, which these were not really on the wish list, but I was eyeing them up in stores like these look pretty. So I wanted to try their lip oil. This is the Gloss Bomb Oil, I think. And this is in the shade Rose Amber, which it looks brown, but on the back of my hand, it had this cool sort of taupey iridescent shimmer to it. It looked so stunning. I haven't worn it on my lips yet, but I tend to like some Fenty Beauty lip products, and I haven't tried anything new by them in a while. So this is one I wanted to try. And then they also had the Gloss Bomb lipsticks out, which I hadn't seen in store yet either. They have the regular cream version, but they also had the glowy version. And I picked up the shade Fussy. And so this looks pretty glittery, especially here in this lighting right now. I'm filming this yet again at the end of the day after work, so if my makeup looks disheveled, that is why. And Fussy on the back of my hand when I swatched it was absolutely beautiful, and it seems to be a really nice, creamy, hydrating formula. So I got myself some new Fenty Beauty lip products to play around with. But the main reason why I wanted to go to Sephora is Merit. Merit is now sold physically at Sephora. A lot of you had already been pointing out to me that they also sold Merit online, and Merit is a brand that had been on my wish list for such a long time, but here in the Netherlands, it's not for sale. You can now buy it through Sephora. In case you are in the Netherlands, Sephora UK does ship to the Netherlands, and they gave me this extra Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, a mini of it, as an extra. But I was really curious after their Flush Bombs. This is in the shade Archival, which is this mauve tone, which you guys know I love. But now that I've been able to see this brand in store and I've seen the shade range, I know that this is very likely going to be the only thing I try out. Everything in that line is brown. Like warm toned, not great for my skin tone browns. So I wanted to test out some Merit. The Flush Bombs are the thing that I feel are the most unique. But I looked at everything else the brand has to offer and I was like, this is not for me. So I've got something to test out to see whether I like them or not, but I don't think I will be going back to this brand anytime soon. So from Space NK, I got some The Ordinary. They also have The Ordinary stores, but I just picked up some things that I haven't tried yet from them. The azelaic acid, which is apparently really good for dry skin, but it's a little bit more like gentle than most acids are, so would like to test out something like that. And I have the alpha arbutin. This is described as a high strength serum to target dark spots and an uneven skin tone. So the same reason why I requested the other skincare product from YESSTYLE, I decided to go for this one from The Ordinary to see if it can help my skin just a little bit. I still have plenty of skincare though in my skincare cupboards, which is why I haven't been buying a lot of skincare lately. I feel I first need to use things up before I'm allowed to buy anything more. I have this giant wish list on YESSTYLE with K-Beauty and J-Beauty skincare that I would like to try, but I feel like I need to hold off before I actually buy any new stuff because I still have plenty in my cupboard. And then I went to Boots. So from Boots, I got some drugstore makeup, which, in case you've been following my channel, you know I have to go in and buy my favorite brow product from Soap & Glory. So I picked up 2 of the Soap & Glory Archery Precision Brow Pencil and Brush in the shade Blonde. They've changed the name of this and they've changed the packaging, but over the years, it's still the same product as I remember having. I always buy 2 of these whenever I'm in the UK. And they had a like buy one get one free deal the day I was there, so I was like, that's excellent to pick up 2 of those. They had some deals on if you spent like over a certain amount of money, then you on drugstore makeup you would get a percentage off, so that's why I picked up some bits. Revlon then, I picked up a lipstick and this liquid blush, which seemed really interesting. This is the Gel Serum Blush with a superfood complex, and this is in shade 120. It was like rose something. It looks bright red in the tube, but like if you sheer it out, it looked really pretty. I thought it could be fun for summer. And then I picked up one of their lipsticks. This is in the shade Laid Back Lilac, and this is a shade I think people have told me to try. This is a super lustrous cream lipstick, and it's supposed to be a really, really pretty cool tone lipstick, like a really nice cool tone nudie pink. So I can't wait to test that out because that seems stunning. And we all know my love for Revlon lipsticks because that's well documented on the channel. And then I found this, and this is out in the Netherlands as well, but because it was a deal, I was like, might as well pick this up. And L'Oreal tends to be cheaper in the UK than it is here. So this is the Lumi Glotion in the shade Fair Glow. And it seems to be one of those Charlotte Tilbury beauty light wand kind of things. No, not a beauty light wand, the Hollywood Flawless Filter. But then the L'Oreal version of it. And because of it, the Fair Glow, it has a cool sort of like iridescence to it. Like the iridescence to it is cool toned. And the shade of it seems to be pretty pink, which to find something like that at the drugstore, I think this can be nice. I think I'm going to use it as a primer more so than a liquid highlighter, but that's something I'm going to be testing out over the summertime for sure. And then if I'm in the UK, I have to hit up Boots for shower gel. The Original Source Tingly Mint and Tea Tree is my favorite. This retails for £2.10 each. And you get a lot of product. One of these big guys lasts me weeks. And it's a really nice, like, invigorating tingly sensation when you use it. They had a limited edition of the Soap & Glory Body Butters. I always like picking these up. They always do fun scents, and this smelled delicious. It's wild cherry, because cherry is everywhere right now. And then, of course, again, they had a deal on this, so that's why I picked it up. My favorite body butter ever is the Smoothie Star Body Butter from Soap & Glory. This smells like, it says here, shea butter, pistachio, almond, and coconut oil. This smells divine. I don't like really overly sweet scents, but this is that nutty sweet scent, and I do like that. I still have 2 that I picked up last year. Got another 2 that I like. I'm currently still in the midst of a really big body butter that I picked up on sale from the Body Shop. It's like really one of the really, really big tubs. So that has lasted me a while. But these I tend to go through a lot quicker because I like that scent. It's so, so good for lathering up. And it is divine. So I have plenty of body care stuff now again as well. The next set of products I want to breeze through because I've already shown you these. I filmed with these already. Part of my makeup budget this month for the channel went to Kiko. I did drugstore week in May, and I decided to try out some new Kiko bits that I hadn't tried before. They have a new Skin Lover range, so I picked up 3 products from the range. The primer, the foundation, and the concealer. Again, I will link you to the video I already did if you want to see swatches or what these look like on the face. I put everything in that video. I also got a brown mascara. This came free with my order. I don't know why, but it just did. And then I picked up some new blushes and highlighters and bronzers from them. This is a contour. It's one of those like weird spongy things. I haven't tried it because I've only been able to find products like this from SheGlam, and that's not really a brand I tend to like. So I did buy this in shade 2. This is Cafe Latte. This was limited edition though. It's by the Emma Roberts collab that they did. And then for blush, I have the So Chic Trio blush in shade 4 and the Plush blush in shade 3. And this one I put on my cheeks in that video. This one I still need to test out. And then I also bought a new highlighter. This is no longer around. It was limited edition as well, but it's really pretty. It's a liquid highlighter, but again with this like iridescent sparkle to it, but it's cool toned as well. And very often these sort of like liquid highlighters are incredibly warm toned. So I'm glad to have found something like that in a more iridescent sort of vibe. This is the Dreamphoria All In Glow 3-in-1 Luminizer. And this is my little stack of eyeshadow palettes I will be testing out for you in June. Not really sure yet what to do with the Monolith PR, whether I'm going to do it in June or whether I'm going to test those out in July. I'm going to be traveling over the summer, so I still need to sort of like figure out what to do with some of the makeup that's coming in currently. But I know for sure that I can make it work to test out these 5 palettes in June for you. That's definitely going to work out. So I've got some YESSTYLE bits, but I also managed to pick this up, which I'm so happy with because it sold out initially. And I was like, oh no, I'm not sure if I can still buy it, but then it came back the next day. So I was really happy and they sent it to me straight away. This is by Gloss Gods. This is the Dancing Lights, and this is their newest 15-pan eyeshadow palette. And here is what it looks like. I feel like so many brands are coming out with a very similar color story. That new Ocean Below palette that Bella Beauty Bar has announced for summer gives me this kind of vibe if I look at the swatches. So I'm very chuffed with this one. I love the Gloss Gods formula. I was already able to swatch this one as well. The mattes seem intense, but they have like really nice bright pastel-y colors to them. And the shimmers seem amazing too. So can't wait to play with this. And like I said, this is going to be in the June palette review for sure. And then I got some eyeshadow palettes from YESSTYLE. I love trying out K-Beauty, J-Beauty, and also C-Beauty brands for time to time. These 4 brands are all C-Beauty, so they're Chinese made. I'd never heard of this one before. This is Gelas. This is in the Color Phantom Chameleon eyeshadow in MO4. I really like this packaging. It really feels very Y2K. It reminds me of a flip phone. And here is what it looks like. You get 2 mattes, 2 shimmers, and both of the shimmers are multi-chromes, and they look stunning in a swatch. So can't wait to play with that. That was a little pricier as well. Same with this one from Girl Cult, which I kept in the box because I like the box so much. So it opens like this, and it's just this nice little box that holds the palette in. I tried some Girl Cult last year, and I really did enjoy the quality, but one of the color stories wasn't great. And I'm intrigued with this packaging so much. So beautiful. But they did this all shimmer, multi-chrome heavenly goodness. And again, in the swatches, it looked amazing. So can't wait to play around with these. Then another new to me brand is going to be Haggard. This is a brand I have seen floating around. I just haven't been able to test them out yet. Don't know what this is called anymore. I'm going to have to look up the name. But it is this really nice sort of like peachy, pinky, purple, slightly neutral leaning, but with some really interesting pops of shimmer. I do feel that the packaging is a little bit like cheap plastic. So packaging wise, just judging upon first impressions, I do think this is a little bit expensive for what you get. But a brand that you know I love, I tested them out for the first time last year, is Cheer Yep. And I found this Steel Heart palette. So it looks like steel. It's plastic, it's not steel, but I think it looks really fancy. And look at this cool tone beauty. It's cool toned neutrals with pinks. And I thought that that could be so beautiful. There is a black, so it does go dark, but everything else is pretty sort of like mid-tone or light. So I thought that this could be a very pretty, fair skin friendly product. It only comes with 4 shimmers, which is a bit of a shame. But other than that, I already swatched it. It has so many beautiful shades in, so that's why I wanted to try it. I also tested out Jump for Joy, which also has a lot of pretty pinks in. And this is actually the one I wanted to test out, but it had already sold out on Monolith when I purchased that one. But yeah, I found it on YESSTYLE for the same price point as it went for on Monolith at the time. So I was like, you know what? I might as well give that a shot. And I did have a little bit of commission build up on YESSTYLE as well. So I was able to put that towards this purchase. So in the end, I think altogether, it would have been like 100 euros out of pocket, but I have close to 50 euros in my YESSTYLE account. So I put that towards the purchase and it was a little bit cheaper that way as well. So that's why I have 4 of these palettes now to test out. Very curious to see what they look like on my face. And I think that's it. Yes, those are all of the new makeup-y beauty products that I got my hands on in May. As I said, I will be traveling over the summertime, so I'm on a low buy for the next couple of months. I know that I'm going to receive another PR package, this time from YESSTYLE, and I did like place an order for my next budget. So that's going to happen, that I'll show you at the start of July, because it's both of those things are going to take a couple of weeks to come in. But then I will be traveling this summer. So I am on a low buy because I want to save as much money as I can for my trip. In case you don't know, I'm going to Japan over the summer. And so I'm probably going to like spend all my money there and try and see if I can find some fun beauty and makeup related products when I'm on that trip. So if there are hauls that are a little less exciting than this one in the next couple of months, then that can be why, because I feel that this is, again, a lot. I'm super, super chuffed with YESSTYLE and Monolith sending me a couple of bits my way again. And I had a lot of fun that day in London. So if you want to see my book haul, I did a separate video on that on the other channel, and I did vlog as well when I went to London. So if you want to see that, I can link that in the description box down below too. So thanks so much for joining me here today. I hope you don't mind that this video is a little bit early, but this way it just works a little bit out, like it just works out better for me in terms of planning. So thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what your last makeup purchase is. I would love to know. And then I hope to see you again very, very soon in a new video. Bye-bye.